Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are and what time it is whenever you are listening to this. I'm Lisa Wright and you are welcome back to my Anchor Speaks podcast. I'm so excited to have you here again. And let me just say that this is going to be an amazing season. So today I'm starting off a new series that I've titled Impression Expression. It stemmed from a lot of things dealing with impressions that you leave on people and expressing yourself. Well, let me not spoil the gist. Today's topic is going to be Nigeria's factory default. Now, I'm Nigerian and I feel like Nigerians are a different breed of human beings. Every single place that you go, you see a Nigerian. As a Nigerian, you will know, right? Like you can tell a Nigerian from other Africans. I don't know if it's their thoughts or like they have a way of standing out, like even with as basic as just facial expressions. If you grew up in Nigeria and then you had Nigerian parents or you grew up around Nigerians, there is a way that you will react to some things. But you see, that is outside the country. Inside the country, to us, we're quite normal. But within Nigeria, we have a single factory default. Wickedness. That is factory default. So in my head, you can update. Your phone comes with some things and after a while, you can update the software and whatnot. But I just want to highlight that Nigerians, I don't know why there is a general setting of waking up and choosing violence. Waking up and choosing problems. Like first thing in the morning, like you're just waking up. Nobody has offended you. I don't know if you were offended in your sleep or something, but why are you already entering the bus and picking a fight with the driver? Or on your way to work. It's crazy. I mean, I know I'm not really a Monday person or a morning person, but like, you got to do what you got to do, right? So like, you have to wake up, you have to go and get the bag and whatnot. But like, you wake up and yes, you're groggy and then you really want to go back to sleep. And I get it, right? I get it. I'm not even talking about that. I'm referring to you going out normally, not even going to work, but like just going out and meeting people along the way with a hardened face or being rude by nature. And it's annoying to a very large extent when people do some mean things and they justify it with everybody in Nigeria is angry. Like that's one thing that, people have actually told me to my face, especially people who live in the city of Lagos, right? And they're like, everybody in Lagos is angry. Everybody. Why are you in particular angry? Who offended you? Who annoyed you? Like, what kind of weird default setting is that? Like, why? And, the country is hard, right? We get it. But you don't need to make it any harder for people. And I feel like one of the biggest ways to spot, weirdly bad people, or not bad people per se, but like people who have a character issue, is how they treat service personnel. Like if they are naturally unkind to them, for me, that's a very huge red flag because they didn't do anything to you. They are just doing their job. You do some things unprovoked violence and anger. There was this incident that happened which led to me even making this a series, right? I went to the market, my cousin, we got to a particular stall where there was an old lady, she was selling something. So yeah, she was supposed to give us change and she was trying to bring out money from her purse and then it fell on the floor. And I bent down to pick it like a normal person that I felt I was being. And everybody in the market is like, oh, she's such a good girl. I'm like, me? Picking the money to give her and everybody is looking at me, including my cousin, by the way. And they're like, oh, you're such a good girl. You have such a good heart. And I'm like, isn't this a normal thing? Like her money just fell. Like I don't see why it's such a big deal. But then apparently this is not a normal thing. So if you're doing something for somebody and your money falls down and like, it's not like she's demanding that I help her pick it, right? But I'm doing it naturally. And I said, so wait, so something like this has never happened to you before. So I know now like other people would leave her to pick it. And like, it's not like she's doing it on purpose or anything and saying, oh, you must pick the money. Well, like for me, it was a reflex action. And she was shocked by me having a reflex reaction to help her. And I'm like, what kind of human beings have you been meeting in this life, for God's sake? And then, it dawned on me. One day we're going to have to talk about why Nigerians choose to be mean, unusually mean or harsh to people unprovoked. I was talking to my friend and I was telling this story, and then the person's like, "I feel like if you're kind to people, especially in Nigeria, that people will take advantage of you." I said, "How many times have you been kind to somebody and they took advantage of you for that?" And I mean, you don't get to meet people every day. There are some people that if you meet them now, you would never see them again. So how on earth is that one person that you are being kind to right now going to take advantage of you when you don't even know if you will ever meet the person again? You can choose to be mean, but why are you choosing? Like, what is your reason for being mean? Has someone actually taken advantage of you, or are you working with a Nigerian default setting? And when I say you can update your software, and by updating your software, I mean find Jesus. Because there's this thing, right, in Nigeria where people do not help others speak money because they are scared of turning to yam. I can't be jazzed. And I mean, I know the authority that I walk in to be able to say that confidently. I know who sent you. I know what I can do, and I know why I can comfortably say that I will do things out of the kindness of my heart. I will choose to be compassionate. And one reason that even made me so shocked about this, because even thou believer, you're a Christian, like you have a fruit of spirit called kindness, for God's sake. You don't use it. No one can tell the difference between you and someone who doesn't even believe. In fact, some people who don't believe in God are kinder than you. And your excuse is you don't want them to take advantage of you. Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. You are being taught something different. And then, I mean, I've grown up around people who live in Lagos and I've seen how they react. And I've seen them defend their meanness, and I've heard people, and like, I mean, I don't know if it's you and I'm talking to you and I'm shattering your table, but just because you live in Lagos does not mean you should be evil or wicked or generally unkind. I will say it as it is. You have you in particular, you know I'm talking to you. You have no reason. No one has ever given you a reason. I'm not talking about the general populace. I'm talking about you in particular. I'm talking to you as a single person. I'm not talking to you based on, what people have said or conforming to general beliefs. I believe that you can take your own decision. You are taught different. You are taught forgiveness. So you can't say because someone offended you years ago, you're not even attacking that person's generation. You're attacking someone who has no idea what you've been through, no clue, and no relationship to whatever you experienced in the past. So why take it out on that innocent person? I've seen people transfer aggression. It's scary. Sometimes you'd have to consciously catch yourself when you're about to, move the aggression to someone completely unrelated. You have to do it, and it's a check that you have to put on yourself, and no one can really do it for you. Why choose to treat someone else so terribly when they have done nothing wrong? The country is hard. Things are hard enough. Things are bad enough as it is. And no one really wants thrown around aggression. The whole do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Some people don't even consider it valid, because I'm very sure that if someone else came up to you with that whole anger attitude, you'll be like, what's wrong with this one? I've seen people literally do it. What's doing this one? But that's the same attitude that you have towards them, and they have not offended you. I've seen people transfer aggression. I went to buy some things, and then the woman there was already angry. And me, I'm innocent. It's not me that fought you. It's not me that made you upset. So why are you taking out your anger on me? What did I do? that was literally what I said out loud. Like, what did I do? I don't like to be on the receiving end of that. And I'm very sure like you don't like to be on the receiving end of that. The country is hard. Yes, we get it. Don't make it any harder for people. Be nice. Smile. Have an English is hard. Sorry. Have an individualistic mindset. Be able to think for yourself and not the general populace. Give a better impression of yourself, and let it be that everyone else is like this, but I am different. Everyone else is, angry. I would choose to wake up happy. I don't need a reason. I choose to wake up happy. I choose to go around and smile. And I feel like unconsciously choosing joy And unconsciously choosing happiness gives you a better and more optimistic mindset to whatever you're doing. So, yeah, smile today. Show someone you're 32. Make sure you brush first, sha. And I will see you guys on the next episode of this. Once again, do not forget to like and subscribe. Share this to all your friends, especially if it has, shattered the table in your mind or given you a different perspective to how you see things. I'll see you guys. Ciao.